Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the career illustrator known as Wires and Trees in collaboration with the musician K2W0. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at the mix of sci-fi and fantasy here. We're also going to explore the EP entitled Chasing Rabbits. So let's jump right into it. So at first glance, remember two subjects embracing amidst this massive spirit in the work before us. Our first impression is one of both awe but also curiosity, as we just wonder what exactly is happening here. And so one of the first things I notice is how space is used within the work before us. We see this quite clearly, right? You have this black and white. They are contrasting quite clearly, of course, denoted by that horizontal horizon there. Of course, the duality of this just draws the eye back and forth as there's these light on dark contrasts on both presence of the work before us here. And in the realm of color, of course, you see a diverse range of tones, but despite this, the main set is going to be red and blue. And the nature of these two colors, they're not quite a complementary scheme. They're actually 2/3 of a tetradic color scheme, but regardless, they contrast and fight for the viewer's attention, kind of like ice and fire. And I think we certainly see that here. Another thing I notice is the impact of texture. We see this quite definitively, right? You have, say, the shiny and reflective nature, but what I want y'all to pay attention to is the ornate nature of the work at hand, right? We see this, there is so much detail, especially on this massive circle spirit, and a lot of detail on our subject's kind of fashion wear as well, all of which draw our eye by the nature of rarity itself. So it immerses us so well within this scene and, of course, draws the eye due to so much detail within this display. And you may notice how this work is quite symmetrical, right? We see this split across a vertical central axis. Of course, it isn't perfect symmetry. There is deviation, such as in the moon there. There is deviation in the forms of our subject, but regardless, overall, it is quite symmetrical and offers a sense of balance and harmony to all who stand before it. And with this in mind, how do y'all feel when you view this piece? So the piece before us was created for the EP entitled Chasing Rabbits by K2W0. And this EP really has two pieces, but aside from that, there's a bunch of remixes of those two pieces. So all in all, there's a bunch to listen to on this EP. And I was listening to it, it is trippy, it is electric, and I really love that. So if you want to check it out, pretty much everywhere you can listen to music, from Pandora to Spotify. I don't believe it's on Apple Music, but like I said, there's a bunch of places to really discover this album. And within this work, we see these two lone subjects, right? They are embracing within the lower region of the work at hand. Of course, this embrace is incredibly intimate and gives a sense of unity in the work at hand. This theme of unity and the embrace of that intimacy, I think that's incredibly important. Like I said, they have these incredibly ornate garb that they're wearing there. And this, of course, gives a sense of the ascendant, the sense of luxury, and a sense of status within the scene at hand. I think that's incredibly important. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this massive spirit, just encircling the stars above our two subjects there. This may remind some of an ouroboros, which really reminds of, say, unity and wholeness and infinity within that as well. A very ancient symbol, no doubt. But it's hard to say exactly what this is. It may even be a surreal or a complex rabbit, although it's hard to say for sure. With that in mind, how do you all feel when you view this piece, or what exactly do you think we're looking at? When you walk away from this work, one of the things you're likely to mention is the sheer energy of the scene at hand, right? This ice in the lower level gives this incredible charm to the composition and gives an experience that's only described as ethereal, and I think we certainly see that, right? You have the intersection of fantasy and science fiction. Of course, they're in space of some kind or another, but we have this incredibly fantastic spirit, which also reminds of fantasy. So the intersection of that is just a blessing to see, and we absolutely love this within the work at hand. And I wanted to bring this in, the original artist had a quick quote, just going to move the description. And so he says, quote, "A goodbye hug to a friend is always melancholy, but on his never-ending journey, the walker might revisit this realm. Who knows?" What do y'all think when you view this piece? The Walker, of course, is from another EP from the original artist here. Bring that in real quick. Of course, we talked about this work about 2 weeks ago, I believe, but of course you see the walker within that, right? We talked about the ornate nature of the work at hand, the sense of the cosmic and the ethereal within this work. You even have the clashing of red and blue within both works. It's absolutely stunning. We'd love to see it. So the walker is the one who moves to different lands, constantly traveling and meeting new people. We talked about, say, the lone hero who goes out into the unknown, not sure exactly what they will find, but eventually bringing back some type of treasure or knowledge or recovering lost knowledge to the tribe. And I think that's incredibly important here. So the work before us is yet again another travel from that same character known as the Walker. And of course, you see that hovering mask in both instances. We get a much better look in the work on the right, but sure, the sheer scale of the scene at hand is a true status to the sacred sense of this scene, and I absolutely love it. So I just want to bring that in real quick and briefly mention the Walker in relation to the original piece that we studied today. Alright, I really hope y'all enjoyed this piece. I know I did. The work before us is a digital illustration, so it's created with the digital illustration medium of expression, so painstakingly painted and illustrated upon a screen. It's incredibly detailed and provides a true testament to the amount of detail and dedication that the original artist Wires and Trees had. And so to have something like this as your album cover or your EP cover is incredibly cool, and I absolutely love that he collaborates with the original artist K2W0. So like I said, I really hope y'all enjoyed today. And if y'all did, go check out the original artist Wires and Trees, as well as the musician K2W0 and the EP that this was for, entitled Chasing Rabbits. Like I said, you can find it on, say, Spotify, you can find it on Pandora, and SoundCloud as well, I believe. So all in all, a stunning piece, and I absolutely love the multi or mixed media nature of this work. So we talked about so many different things, from this ethereal energy, the intersection of sci-fi and fantasy, of course, the Walker, and even the EP entitled Chasing Rabbits. Like I said, go check that out if y'all enjoyed today. But all in all, really hope y'all enjoyed, and if y'all did, go check out the original artist. My name's Apollo, this was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.